Alright guys, so here I'm just going to go through a quick tutorial on how I would finish up a image. I usually use 3 different programs. I've already gone through. My first step is actually to open them all in Elements and save the files I like the best as a TIFF, and then I can continue to work on them until I'm done and do the final save. So here I am in Smart Photo Editor, which is where I get a lot of my filters. I used to use Lightroom. I still have Lightroom, but this one is just so much easier for me. You can still pick your filters and adjust them the way that you like them, as in Lightroom, but since I primarily do each image one at a time, I can't break that habit. I treat each picture individually, so this is the format I have decided I like the best. So it works the best for me. I'll go through and kind of pick some of the filters that I like and see how they look. I have my favorites, which I save in here just like you would do in Lightroom, and you can create your own and all of that stuff. So it's very fun. I know that I want this one to have a vintage feel, so we're gonna do some adjustments on that. Basically what I do in this program is I adjust it until I like what I see. For the most part, I still will do all my last adjustments in Elements again. That's what I tend to like to go back to. Since I know I want this to have a vintage feel, I'm going to go ahead and search under the vintage filters and see what pops up and if anything catches my eye. Usually, no matter what filter it is, you still have to play with it until you kind of like the colors. So we go over, actually I don't even think it's vintage, they call it antique here, but kind of speeds up the process on the filters that give you more of that feel. Now you can click on it, you see what it does, you can compare it to where you were before, see if you like it or not. If you don't, you simply click that again, go to another one. You don't like that, and usually I'm gonna know right off the bat if I like it at all, because I mean, I'm not gonna tweak it if I don't like it at all. So this is a Lomo one. Now this is what I mean by tweaking. You can go all the way back to the original and then just add a hint of that in there. Then you compare. You can kind of do like that. A little bit more vintagey. Now I'm going to go back into the program. It's going to open up more filters for me. I'm going to pause that while it's doing so. Oh, nope, there we go. I actually like this in black and white as well, so yeah, that's a tough one, I really do. I really like that effect, but we're going to keep searching. Oh, this is one of my favorites. I love the black and white Hollywood Glamour filter, and it looks really cool on this one too. Of course, I would definitely adjust it, but not gonna pick that one. Keep looking. Alright, so here I have actually found a vintage filter that I really kind of like. And what's neat about this program is it saves each filter as you go. You can go back and forth. You can go back and forth and see each step of the process and which one you like more after you've adjusted it. Really do like that one. Original to that. And you can take out these steps in the middle too. Let's say, oh, I ended up not liking that, but I wonder what it would do if I took it out and then become that. So you can also increase that or decrease it. So I kind of like it right about There. Now I'm going to go in and play with my selectors. Bring out some of the shadows. And brighten it up a tad. This is where I kind of play with the sliders myself to where I like the picture. Since I wanted the more vintage feel, I'm not going to do a whole lot of contrast, I don't think. So I kind of think that looks great. Now that's the original. That's the filter effect to make it look more vintage for me. And I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to save this version. I might do a subtle sharpen. Not too much, just enough. We're going to save it while this renders. I'm going to title it A, so it's the first one I can open. Then we're going to take it into Photo Elements 15 and I'll show you how I'll finish the minor adjustments. A lot to do to this photo. They pretty much look great, but we're going to do any last minute touch-ups in there and I'll kind of show you that process. Alright guys, so here we are, and I found the picture. We're going to open it back up in Elements. Again, it's still in a TIFF until I finish the final process to which I'm going to like. So when I'm in here, a lot of this is kind of just playing with sliders and levels again until I see what I like. So we're going to go here, that's too much, but we can still brighten it up just a tad. And then your midtones, and like I said, since this is the vintage, I don't want the contrast to be overwhelming, but I still like a little punch because that's just me. So right about 10 is good. Basically what I'm gonna do next is kind of just zoom in to their clothing first. Is there anything distracting that needs taken out? I don't see anything there. I'll do a little bit of work to his skin here, not a lot because it's not an in-your-face shot, but he does have a few things that we can just kind of enhance just a bit and make it just that much more appealing. I use cloning for most of my skin work, by the way, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, that takes so long. But it's the way I learned. Just like a lot of people say you do it on a PC and that takes so long. Well, that's the way I learned. So to me, it's faster for me. And quite frankly, a Mac scares me. I have no idea what I'm doing on it. So now we're going to go into these little spots here, which I might just use the tool up here, your healing brush tool. I don't like to use it for anything larger than just a small spot. I would rather clone everything, which sounds crazy, but I think I've just gotten used to it. And even on my beauty shots, that's what I'm gonna do. It gets me the results I'm looking for easier for me. Not for everybody, but for me. So you can see there just a few little things to help clean up his face. Nothing real major. I might even go back in just a hair in here, just trying to kind of blend it in a little bit. Alright, we're going to zoom back out. And Kelly actually doesn't really have any issues at all, but she has really good skin, so that's awesome. Not a lot of work to do here. Very natural beauty. And from a distance, you're not going to notice any of that. So let's just go to her clothing. Do we see anything? I love the vintage effect on this a lot. Messing with the filters just a little bit again. Not sure if I'm gonna like that, but go back. Sounds a little dark. Bring that out. I am gonna try a photo filter. Kind of want a tad more green, I think. Not a lot, but a little. Or maybe cyan. I'm not sure which one. That's pretty good right there. Alright. So, I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see what at 300. Oh, I do see some stuff on the floor. Definitely gonna take that out. Let it finish rendering real quick, but on the wood, somebody left a nice little cigarette butt there. So we'll just go in and take that out. And I believe that should now be gone.